Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Better Man Show, where I document my journey on becoming a better person. Hi, my name is BK. Obviously, if you're friends, that shouldn't surprise you. But if you're not friends, wherever I am popping up on your radar, just hit me up. Don't be a stranger. Happy to add you as a friend. So, Friday nights, a little bit of switch up for the music once again. It's called Game of Pretend. It's called Game of Pretend. A little bit of chill, probably uh, just nice for Friday. And I guess I kind of like it because it reminds me a little bit of the kind of the bands and the groups that I enjoy when I was a teenager, right? Like Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boys, electronic style kind of music. Hope you like that song. Um, don't worry, this is not a music station or a music show. Just happened that these are some of the indie artists that I found, and some of this, for live streams is not easy to. You can't use commercial music, right? You got to find credible sources of copyright free music they can use for live streams. There are several sites that have popped up recently. One of them is called Artist or Art List, and then there's another one called Epidemic Sound, which is also pretty good. There's a monthly subscription. I found one that is a one-time fee, and it's lifetime. And it's a new up and coming platform called Audio. That's spelled with double I. If you do want to have a 10% discount, let me know. I can set you up for something like that, right? So new music for today. It's called Game of Pretend. Once again, it just kind of reminds me of the childhood, teenage, not really childhood, teenage, teenage years, Depeche Mode, Pet Shop Boys, that kind of vibe, electronic music. So not not it's not too upbeat for tonight, but it's nice and chill for a Friday night, right? So today, just a simple one. We are day number 60 of a 100-day live stream challenge. So exciting, right? I am exactly 60 days ago, I started this 100-day live stream challenge. And lo and behold, I can now literally say that I'm 60 days, 60 days into this 100-day live stream challenge. It has been fun. It has been a learning journey. And it has been from a show with nothing. And now there's a little bit of bells and whistles on the show, right? And getting the hang of what it's like to do a live stream, playing around with the gear, when to start the show, and all those things, right? So, if you do want to know a little bit more of like what are the things you need to get going, let me know. I'm happy to send you my resources as well, right? So today's show, just a quick and simple one, just something that came out of some of the conversations I had today with friends. And I titled it, How Do You Eat an Elephant? Right? Well, the short answer is one spoonful at a time, right? That's how you eat an elephant. Now, but my initial question when I hear a statement like this was, why would you want to eat an elephant? Is it very tasty? Never tried, and I don't think I ever will, right? Um, but this statement is about obstacles that we kind of give ourselves. And one of the main obstacles is this sense of overwhelm, right? So yesterday's live stream was about top three strategies that I find I would be implementing for 2021, right? We are in this stretch of the year where everything slows down, everyone is in a holiday mood, which is natural, right? End of the year, there is Christmas, there is the new year coming up, and it kind of is the time of the year where we start to do things like reflection and, of course, the age-old tradition of making resolutions. What are resolutions? Those things that we make and never upkeep. No, just kidding. Um, Things that we decide to do for 2021, right? So yesterday I talked about a few things. Now, one, of course, was content creation, creating more content than consuming content, right? And as a result of that, some friends were talking about, like there's so many things to do, and there's so much to do if I want to become like a professional in a field that I've chosen, right? I mean, a friend was reflecting to me that it's like, wow, there's a lot of things to do, right? And I can understand that. It is truly natural to feel a sense of overwhelm, especially when we go for like conferences and seminars and all those things, right? And it just seems like there's so much to do. So the short answer given in that quote was, how do you eat an elephant, which is one spoonful at a time, right? Basically, it's just a simple idea to express that when you are faced with a massive task, just break it down into bite sizes, right? No pun intended, Honestly, my first initial reaction is, why would anybody want to eat an elephant? But that's the point, right? Bite size. Same idea here. How do you do 100-day live stream challenge? The answer is one live stream at a time, right? How do you earn $1 million? The answer is $1 at a time. Hopefully not so slow, but you get the point, right? It's always breaking down into bite sizes. And so that was what I told that friend, when that friend was remarking to me that it's like so many things to do, so many things to consume. First, yes, we talked about creating content more than consuming content, but sometimes in order to create content, we kind of also need to consume content. And I also said in many episodes that I'm a huge advocate of personal development, because after all, this show is about becoming a better man, right? And becoming a better person. So I document my journey on becoming a better person using this show. And one of the best ways, obviously, is consuming content like books and audibles and seminars. So the thing is, so there are some things that you can do, right? We always recommend that if you do want to embark on this journey, that you should spend maybe at least half an hour to an hour a day actively receiving or listening to an audible, and then taking notes and jotting down and then implementing the ideas you learn from the audible, right? Now but that might not be the only thing you need to consume for the day, right? So I've shared before, but just to mention again, some simple things, like there are certain tools or applications that you can make use of. Like, for example, one of my favorites. I do consume a lot of content as well, even as I try to create more content. Right. One of my all-time favorite time savers is a little extension, a Chrome or a Brave, a Chrome browser. There are some alternatives like Brave and so on. Go and look up this extension called Video Speed Controller. Okay, Video Speed Controller. What it does is it allows you to play back any video. Let's say you are trying to consume content, you're trying to go through a course, and a course is like 6 hours long, right? Video content delivered by someone. And what you can do, unless it's live, you can't do it for live. You can only do it for recorded sessions, right? So, if it's a recorded seminar or webinar or something you're consuming, or even a YouTube video that you found that you wanted to learn about something, Video Speed Controller, it is my all-time best advice and tip that you can for time saving, because what it does is you can speed up the playback speed of the videos, right? So there's a few shortcut keys which you can program in, and you can then set it as play at 1.5 times, 2 times, even 3 times the normal speed. Generally, I would find that 1.8 to 2 times is about the max I would go. And that allows me to still hear and, and be able to very legibly hear. No, I mean very clearly absorb what the person is saying without losing anything at about 2 times speed, right? Now, what does that mean? That means that a 1 hour program, a 1 hour training that you have to listen to, you can consume in half the time, which is 30 minutes. So you saved a lot of time. And hopefully that helps to cut down some of the overwhelm, right? Then the other thing is, for that Video Speed Controller app or extension, it also has certain shortcut keys. So for example, if you are taking down notes, which I normally would as I watch something, right? Um, Sometimes you heard it and you're writing it down, but you kind of want to write it down in the whole context or the whole quote, right? And you kind of miss part of it and you need to go back. Now, there are shortcut keys in the app as well, which is normally the letter Z or the letter X. X forward, and Z is to go backwards, about 10 seconds. So it's great. So if I listen to something as I'm writing it down and I missed it, I just press Z, it goes back 10 seconds, right? Which is awesome, right? And then I can listen to the same portion again and I just jot down whatever I needed to jot down. So that saves me a lot of time from hunting back and forth for portions of the video that I'm wanting to take down notes for. So if not checked it out, seriously suggest you check out this thing called Video Speed Controller on a Chrome browser. Now, I am kind of trying to migrate back to Safari because I am on a Mac. Although I do like Safari, but the only reason why I use a Brave, which is a Chrome-like browser, is purely because of this video speed controller. But thankfully, now Safari allows extensions as well. And some of the developers have started to port over their extensions over to Safari. So Safari now has something called Accelerate, which does the same thing, which allows me to speed up the videos. Personally, on the Mac, I still prefer to use Safari as a browser, but sometimes just because of this one thing, I do use Brave browser quite a bit because I kind of enjoy being able to control the playback speed. So that's for videos. What about audios? Well, most of the audio playback softwares, podcasts, and all that, right? They would also allow you to do that, right? They allow you to do the same. So you can choose the playback speed that you have. And I just want to share a very quick audio. So for example, like if you're using Audible, Audible does the same thing. Audible allows you to choose. So again, I find that generally about 1.5, 1.8 times, sometimes as high as 2 times playback speed of the audio, I am still able to very easily understand what is going on, right? And that's not what I would normally set it as. Again, so that means that if it's 2 times, an hour's audio or Audible, you can finish it in 30 minutes, half the time, right? So that is a huge time saver, right? If you have this sense of overwhelm, it's like there's so much things to learn, there's so much things to do, there's so much things to consume, right? There's so much things that I need to listen to and watch and learn and so on, right? So hopefully these 2 things helps you. One more other quick tip to help you solve overwhelm is a podcast app called Air, AIRR. Okay, Air is actually called Air Quotes, AIRR, Air Quotes. So this is interesting because when you subscribe to somebody's podcast and you are trying to take down notes or you're trying to remember certain sections, this actually allows you to clip sections of the podcast. For example, if you're listening to somebody and you like what they said in a certain section, right? Air quotes allow you to select the section and then bookmark it like something like a written bookmark. But this is for audio, right? So this is an amazing app called Air Quotes, AIRRQUOTES, right? So this is for podcasts. I think it accepts regular podcasts. It accepts Spotify. It accepts some others as well. I am hoping that someday it would accept Audibles from Amazon as well because that is what I listen to the most. And unfortunately, right now there's no way to do any kind of like audio notes or bookmarking on Audibles, right? Audibles, you can do bookmarks. You can put bookmarks and you can write notes down for the selection where you're listening to, right? So that is one thing you can do, but you can't do it like the way Air Quotes has done it. I think it's wonderful. I really enjoy the creativity of app developers. I'm always very amazed because there are so many interesting apps that come out, and I'm on this. I do try and look out for apps that are up and coming. So sometimes when you like an app platform like AppSumo. If you're not familiar, then please do check it out. If you want a promo code, let me know as well. They feature up and coming applications. So, for example, like if you've been watching my live streams, I have been using a platform called Restream, right? I picked up Restream when they were up and coming, when they're just starting out, and I paid a one-time fee. And now I'm not paying a single cent every month, right? But obviously now, because they are a more established software service, they charge a monthly fee for new people. But you see, because I picked it up way, way long time ago, where it's kind of like you took a risk, because they might succeed, they might not succeed, they might fail, right? But you paid a small one-time fee. Normally it's small, manageable, and you kind of invest in them as a startup, right? In that sense. And then when they become a proper full-fledged software as a service, you don't pay a cent. It's a lifetime subscription. You paid one time, right? So some of the things that I have for applications to solve overwhelm. So short answer today, short live stream today, in the sense that don't feel the overwhelm. Whatever dreams and goals and aspirations you have set out for yourself in 2021, take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one bite size at a time, right? And move towards that, right? It's just like I'm super excited that I'm on day 60 of a 100-day live stream challenge. It's not it was daunting when it was day one, right? But now it's day 60. And I'm guessing very soon you will become like day 90, 95, 99, and then 100, right? There are some friends that are rooting for me and saying that, hey, I can't wait for you to hit day 100. So once again, thank you so much for all the feedback, comments. Just let me know, by the way, and let me know where you are catching me from. Drop a comment. Don't be a stranger. Drop a comment, and happy to connect with you, right? And happy Friday, happy weekend. Is the time of the year where we are planning Christmas gifts, presents, parties, and so on. Wherever you are, right? A friend of mine was just saying today, in Singapore, we are now we have eased the number of people we can gather. It used to be 4, now has increased to 8. So somebody was just joking and saying that if you have gotten a late invitation to a party, then you know that you are not person number 1 to 4, you're person 5 to 8 in terms of priority, right? And I said, if you that means if you didn't even get an invitation, you're not even in the top 8. Some places have implemented such policies, an unfortunate turn of events. Hopefully everything gets fine or gets better faster, and we can be in a better position in 2021. So this too shall pass. Okay. After winter, there is always spring. So this too shall pass. We have been able to survive many, many things in the past. As a human race, we will definitely survive this as well. So thank you for joining me for day number 60. I will see you tomorrow.